Guys, how did I tell you that I need men without telling you that I need men? Once, my brother basically saved me from losing my laptop because I was using my father's laptop, which later turned into my laptop, but my father needed it, and so he did nothing. So, that's because he loves me and us in general. But my brother literally bought my father a used laptop. Okay, second example. I once got into a relationship with a man who turned out to have been mentored by a worldwide known male author. And that turned me into a writer because I barely met the man that I met twice and also dated, but I was texting him for 4 years, almost 5 days a week on average. And he spoke English. He was just open to receiving my voice notes and listening to them, showing real, genuine interest so that I could improve my English, which is not my first language. Even he was a mama's boy. But because I think he was saying the truth when he said I was the greatest inspiration to him, he bought a house also. So it was a mutually, beneficial thing. He also sent me actual money because we agreed on that. And with that money, I could accelerate so much in life without maybe even him realizing it. He also gave me validation that I never got from anyone before. But the main reason why I'm bringing this example up is because had he not been a man, he would never have showed up in my life because he was a traveler, so he really was intensely mobile. Everywhere he went, he would talk to people, educate himself. He was very educated, but a woman at this point would have already gone missing. So he was selfless in the best way a man can be selfless towards me. And it was love, but it was also um, the fact that there were things that had nothing to do with love about him that I needed in my life as a woman. So he did those things anyway, and he did those things because he was man. But because there was love, there was a special type of attunement between us, and he literally once sent me money when I was planning on buying a ticket, and I literally thought to myself, I will buy this ticket with this card, which he knows about, not knowing if I have money on it or not. And at the time when I thought I knew that right before, I had zero money on it, and then by the time that I was literally um, in real time buying my ticket, I had everything I got, which I needed. So the amount of times in Eastern Europe when I was trying to get on a train, which is almost like a Soviet train, if not that, but it looks like that, with an elevation of the stairs of about 2 meters, if I'm not exaggerating. When you step on the train, I got help from men getting my scooter on the train, it's just almost indescribable. The amount of times I got help, maybe even without asking for it. And sometimes I actually needed that help because my baggage was larger and I did not feel like I could physically do it. There was a man once who I read the work of in an interview who was a snowflake collector. And that was interesting because I realized that he was right about the fact that beauty fades. And because he appreciated beauty like a man would, I realized without the chance of getting offended that maybe my beauty will not last forever. And so I can also appreciate it. Maybe I do not need a man to appreciate it because I cannot really afford it. Or if I could, I would appreciate that man more. Sorry, that man was a snowflake photographer and also collector. Buy that. I know that we talk a lot about people being kind of rejected for showing who they are often because masculinity seems to be under offense. But a part of aggression, that natural aggression that comes with being a man, is first of all a 10 times level, a 10 times fold, a level of testosterone that women do not have because men have 10 times more testosterone than women. And that comes with physical aggression, and as such, I hate to say it, but murder. So men are definitely more likely to murder and eventually be punished for it when they lack the consciousness to prevent the action of theirs. So with that, many men will not be critical about themselves when or before they are about to commit crime. And this goes for men even who have jobs. A man having a job is kind of what makes him a man in this world, I realized, but definitely like more respectable. And I think that indirectly, a man having a job is what makes him respected and therefore a man, or more like a man. And for some reason, I also kind of dislike that women are not as respected just because they are women, and that they mainly only are respected when they have jobs and based on the type of jobs they have. But I think that talking about women is a completely different conversation because women are not small men, and we have to learn that separately. For men, everything and potential is worth, and women have potential physically, which is birth and life creation, which men also have, but more in the short term and more in relation to women. So it is it is a complex topic, but I just want to say that regardless of gender differences, men who do have jobs, they tend to make better men. But this doesn't exclude the existence of men who really are the epitome and the embodiment of disgrace and disrespect, even, and just harm, you know? So once I have been caused harm by a man who was just doing his job, and had he not done that, I would have never realized how volatile my life actually is, how fleeting my skills and my brain electricity actually are. I would have never realized I am able to leave this earth. Almost. In this lifetime. And as such, come to the conclusion that I matter, ironically. Ironically, yeah. Another time I realized I needed men, and men specifically, is when like every time I get food from my father, honestly, because of the intention that he has for me, which is to just live and just be alive. And also by him providing a house and security for me and my family and my mother. He has self-control that I think many women would never even consider, or not just consider, but like feel like having. So, I know that I can trust him. That's deep. Guys, I have to just finish this video. I have been writing things about my life that I appreciate, and that is a long list, but nevertheless an inspiration and a point to start from when it comes to writing. And because of this, I have recently realized that I could write points about everything. Like I could write points about times that I realized I needed men, even because it's something that I appreciate, but because it's not directly related to me, because it's not my achievement, so to speak, I have not kept track of these things, and I will probably not do that in the future. But what I can promise from an emotional space is that whenever I have the chance to be near a phone or a camera and internet connection, I will upload videos about times that I appreciated people, and most especially men, because I feel and I know that men are feeling and are being raised as though they are not needed, but that's literally the lie that we are fed with. And the fact that I do not have a 9 to 5 job, it's because of my father and the society that enables me to live like that. And I know that this does not make me an evil person. If anything, it makes me unique and a hope for the future. That's what I feel like. And this wouldn't be possible without my father. So anytime that I get the chance, in the way that I have been thinking about doing, making this video this morning, I will talk about such examples, because one trend that is transformative and impactful and amazing, just mesmerizing and beautiful, in my opinion, is showing appreciation towards everything in life. You can disagree, but I profoundly believe this.